things could get real awkward, obviously, going forward if Comey, if Hillary wins. Let's check in with somebody who is on top of all of this, one of the smartest political minds out there. Mark Serrano, good to see you. Good to have you on the show again.
Dr. Gina, how are you?
Doing well, Mark. Mark, what happens to FBI Director Comey if Hillary wins this thing?
Oh, talk about awkward. Think about it. It's been rumored for many months now that Hillary Clinton's selection for an attorney general would likely be the current attorney general, Loretta Lynch. And, you know, we're going to begin a Clinton administration, if she were to win, with James Comey leading probably two major federal investigations of this administration. And so really, Comey's going to be the villain. He, like you said, he was the victor for many months. Now he's the villain, just like Harry Reid said that he probably violated the Hatch Act with his letter to Congress. And it's ridiculous. But that is going to be very, very difficult, very awkward, no matter who is the attorney general. They're going to treat Comey like he's a villain. And I just don't see how that's going to work. I mean, Comey's not going to go anywhere. He's going to try to prove that he's been impartial throughout this investigation. And I just don't see how this administration is going to work with him as the FBI director, but they'll be stuck with them.
So what is in your, I mean, I've heard all sorts of conspiracy theories out there, or I should just say theories out there as to why he did what he did. But what do you believe his motivation was then?
Well, I think, number one, I believe he was under tremendous internal pressure for having taken the extraordinary steps he did in July.
You're talking about mutiny within the ranks of his own agency.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're seeing a lot more information about that now, that he's got a full mutiny underway at the Bureau. You know, he did not have to conduct that press conference in the summer. He shouldn't have. But frankly, I think Loretta Lynch put him in that position. And so he's been under tremendous pressure internally. And once he found out that there was something else to look at, which clearly has got to be something of great substance, then he wanted to correct the record. He wanted to set it right, just like Donald Trump has said.
What do you make of the guy who FOIA'd the FBI today? I don't know if you heard him on Sean Hannity's radio show, who said that he found out, just as a citizen doing a FOIA, that actually the FBI does have all of the things that we were told were destroyed in terms of Hillary's record, that they didn't even go after the proper warrants or appoint the grand jury as should have been protocol, that this has all really been about a major collusion between the FBI and the Hillary Clinton campaign. But that doesn't fit very well with if Comey is truly impartial.
Well, Gina, I think that Donald Trump has been proven right, that the system is absolutely rigged. I believe that the White House, through Valerie Jarrett, made it absolutely clear that there will not be an indictment of Hillary Clinton strictly for the sake of the Obama legacy. It's plausible, it's likely, and that's just it. I think Comey got caught in the crosshairs of politics and felt like he needed to take that extra step in July, which caused, which led to where we are today. But I think simple FOIA request demonstrates that there's collusion. The WikiLeaks shows that there's collusion and suppression of this investigation from the beginning. Mm-hmm. Bill Clinton's visit on Loretta Lynch's plane, I think, sent a chill, through the investigation. And the fix is in. And this is why we need new leadership in Washington, and we need these politicians out.
The investigator that he assigned apparently to this situation is a college friend, if not roommate. I mean, like close buddy with John Podesta. What do you make of that, and what predictions can you make based on that information?
Well, and on top of that, the number 2 guy at the FBI, of course, his wife ran for state Senate in the state of Virginia, right, and took $700,000 in contributions through Governor Terry McAuliffe, a Clinton ally. It just goes to show you that the Beltway mentality is a sickness. It's like a disease. And who ends up suffering, Gina? It's the American people.
That's right.
Justice suffers. American people suffer in this economy. And the elite are the ones who make out. They get off away from justice, and they get away with our treasure. And that's why we need just a completely new arrangement in the Beltway. We need someone who's not beholden to the parties, and someone who's going to appoint people of credibility and integrity again, instead of these elitists who are stuck inside the Beltway in this diseased mental capacity.
Rumor had it today that some of Hillary's biggest surrogate support was unfollowing her, erasing tweets. I don't know if you were following this story today. Do you think that they could replace her before Election Day?
No, they are stuck with her. They made their choice with the establishment candidate. The old grandmother, is the one that they stuck and they're stuck with. Here's a couple of interesting points, though, Gina. First of all, the fact that the White House yesterday stood by James Comey, I think spoke volumes. There was a tactical error on the part of the Democrats that they didn't, fall in line or at least say nothing regarding James Comey yesterday. That was astounding. You've got clearly the momentum has shifted in this race. Will it be enough? We don't really know right now, but heaven knows I think so. I think Democrats also, Gina, have made a tremendous miscalculation along with the media. And that's that I think they've made some assumptions about black turnout in particular, but they also are underestimating the power of the Reagan coalition falling under Donald Trump and backing him in this race. I think union members from Michigan and Pennsylvania and Virginia and similar states are going to make the difference in this race, along with African Americans and others. And so it's ironic because, that's who Hillary Clinton is trying to motivate right now. But if you've seen her stump speeches, Gina, the last couple of days, they are so old and tired and feeble and lacking any integrity or value.
Yeah, I thought it looked particularly desperate today when she brought up Machada again. That's an old story. She had to recycle it. This woman has had criminal activity in her past. She's a porn star, maybe not star, but porn person. I just, dumbfounding to me and looked so wholly desperate to me. Was that your take on that speech today also? While you've got Mr. Trump and Pence completely on the offensive.
Absolutely. Look, this is if you are a presidential candidate 6 days from the election, you do not want to be in the position Hillary Clinton is in right now. Their strategy, Gina, for weeks, since the WikiLeaks started several weeks ago, their strategy has been twofold. Number one, obfuscate, right? Obfuscate any scandal at all, blame it on the Russians, blame it on Trump. Number two is bait Donald Trump into counterpunching and having to defend himself with claims of womanizing and everything else.
Right.
Obfuscate and bait. Guess what? That strategy is not working right now at all.
Stopped
and
working.
We're seeing it in a lot of polls.
Yeah. Mark, thank you so much for being with us. It's going to be interesting. Hopefully, I'll get to celebrate perhaps with you on Tuesday night if you're going to be at Trump Tower. Thanks for being with us.